Hey, welcome back to the Travel Creator Podcast. I am so happy to have you here. Today we are talking about something that I think is the most important mindset shift you can make as a travel creator this year. There is a huge difference between being a travel creator and running a travel creator business. One of them is a hobby that occasionally pays you, and the other is a business that funds your life and your travel, and you make the rules even without a brand deal landing in your inbox. I want you to know that the gap between both of these things isn't talent, it isn't following size, it's not even quality of your content, it's how you think and approach what you're building. So today we're talking about the shift to go from creator to CEO and what actually changes when you start treating it like a business. So maybe some of you relate to this. You have a following, you're getting some UGC or brand deals, you're posting consistently, you're growing, and on paper, things are looking fire. But every month, it feels like you're starting over. You're waiting on like a brand deal to confirm something. You're hoping a post performs or brings people in just enough to justify all that time you put into it. This is a trap that I don't think we talk about enough, and it isn't your fault. It's just like the model of creatorhood when your income isn't entirely dependent on things that you don't control. So there's brand budgets, there's platform reach, there's UGC rates. You don't really have a business at this point. You just have a very beautiful, very exhausting gig that you've put a lot of time and love into. And no one tells you this when you start. The whole narrative around travel content creation is to grow your follow and the money will follow. And that's not wrong. I don't want to discount that's not completely true, but it can be dangerous in its own right, because a following is an audience and a business is a system that generates revenue, and those two things are not the same. So what actually changes when you become the business owner, you become the founder? I want to break this down because I think it can sound really abstract until you see it in action. And the first thing that changes is how you make decisions. So as a creator, you might be making decisions based on what feels good, maybe what engagement was last week. And that's what the creator game rewards. That's not wrong, but as a founder, you're making decisions based on real numbers and data and revenue goals. So you should ask, does this content move someone towards buying something? Does this platform serve my audience? Is this brand deal worth my time, or does that time belong to building something that I own? So it's just a different operating way to think about these things. And the second thing that changes is what you're actually building. So creators are building audiences. Those are important. You're creating a personal brand. I'm not discounting that. Don't hear what I'm not saying. But founders build assets. And the difference is that the assets that these founders are building, they keep working when you're not. So your email can keep on earning, your digital product keeps on selling, a membership keeps bringing you in recurring revenue, and your affiliate resource page keeps getting clicked. Your affiliate blogs, your podcast episodes with SEO and affiliate income in them keep getting hits. The third thing that changes is your relationship with income. So creator income can be pretty reactive. Like a brand reaches out to you, you say yes, you do the work, you get paid, whereas a founder income can be more proactive. You are building revenue streams, you are promoting them, you are optimizing them, you are dictating when they sell and potentially how often they sell, because when you sell things, they sell, and you decide how much you want to make, and then you reverse engineer your path to get there. And I know that second version right there can sound hard, can sound confusing. And I'm not going to lie, in some ways it can be. But there's also a version where you don't have to freaking hope every single month that something is going to happen before you need to pay your bills. I talk a lot about the owned versus rented income platform, and I'm going to keep talking about it because I genuinely think it's one of the most important mindset shifts creators should attempt to understand. So rented income is income that depends on somebody else. So meaning it depends on a budget, or it depends on how the performance of something. None of this is bad. I want to be very clear. This can bring you an absolutely insane amount of money. These are fantastic income sources, and some that I have myself. But owned income is income that comes from things you've built and control. Things like your email list, things like your own digital products, things like a membership or a community, a service you offer, a course. The goal isn't to eliminate rented income. That's not the goal. It's to make sure that it's not the entire thing. It's not the whole thing. It's a part of your revenue stream. So what does this actually look like in practice? Because I don't want this to be theoretical. And a travel creator business has a few things going on at once. So it has the content engine. Yes, you still need to post content. I'm a huge person of being like, don't post, don't post. I agree with myself in both situations here. Posting can be a good thing. You need to be alive somewhere on the internet. Okay, but if your goal is to increase revenue, making that post is probably not going to do it, my friend, but reaching out to warm leads probably is, or reaching back out to brands you worked with previously to be like, hey, want to do that thing again? Probably better. Your travel creator business also has an email list. Again, this is where you own something and it gets sent consistently. So it's not just like you're not just talking about your email list when you have something to sell. You're not sending something just when you have something to sell or promote. You're doing it regularly and in a way that builds trust over time, because if you emailed your list every time you had something to sell, think about it like a text message to a friend. If you texted your friends every time you needed a favor, you would be the worst friend. People would stop opening your text messages the same way they're going to stop opening your emails. Travel creator businesses also have at least one owned revenue stream. Don't overcomplicate this. It can be a digital product. It can be a low ticket offer. It can be a low ticket paid lead magnet, but it's something that you built, that you own, that you can earn money through, that you control. I have to say something out loud that people aren't going to tell you. Making the shift from being the creator to being the founder requires you to spend time on things that don't get engagement or don't look sexy, fun, flashy, like setting up your email list. No one's gonna love that. No beautiful building your offer sort of shit is going to get you the huge numbers you want. Sometimes it can feel like the founder work isn't real work because it doesn't have immediate feedback like we're used to getting on our content, but it's setting the foundation underneath all of this, because we don't want to just have content be the thing. We don't want to just have brand deals or UGC be the thing. We want it to be one solid part of the rest of your business. I say all the time, boring builds businesses, and I mean it, because the unglamorous back-end work is actually what is going to create stability and let you travel freely, take time off, and not panic all of the time when the brand deal doesn't come in on the month that you talked about it was going to, or the UGC deal falls through, or something crazy out of your control happens. So if you're listening to this and you're like, oh my gosh, how do I actually start making the shift? Here's what I have to tell you. I need you to start an email list, and I don't want you to get overwhelmed by that word. I want you to go through the people who have followed you recently, DM them and say, thank you for following me. This is who I am. This is what I share. I send a newsletter where you can find XYZ thing, and then put in what you're actually going to send. I don't care if you're not sending something right now, because you're going to. You're going to feel motivated when you know that there are people on your list to send it. Then I would start to think about one owned offer. So what do you know that your audience would pay you to learn? What questions are in your DMs? What questions are in your comment section? What problem can you solve that you barely think of it as a skill? Like how to find the next place to go to. How do I find a hotel in Southeast Asia? I don't understand. Make me a product for that. And then you promote it. This is the boring founder part that comes in. You promote it, and you don't promote it once. You promote it consistently, annoyingly. And this is where it hurts our creative brains, because we are creative people who like to think of fun new ideas all the time. But business is very boring. It's just doing the same thing over and over and over until it works. So that's the mindset. That is the mindset. It's just deciding that you're going to build a business and then doing the things that build a business, which is kind of meta, I'm sorry. But I hope in some ways part of this episode gets you out of the creator mode only and towards more of that founder headspace. So don't beat yourself up in any way, shape, or form about this. I just want you to walk away thinking, what's one thing I can do differently this week? Pick one thing and build that momentum. As always, I have a link to my business building community, the world's only for travel creators who are becoming founders, down below. You get access to me, you get access to other creators building businesses, and you get access to all of the resources you need to get started. The link is always down there. Until then, happy creating, and I will see you soon. Just a reminder that you became a travel creator to travel, not to spend 12 hours in a cafe in Croatia, hunched over your laptop in total shrink mode, wondering if your latest post is actually gonna. Knowing how to create good content and knowing how to run a content creation business are two completely different skills, and absolutely nobody is talking about it. Well, except me. The Travel Creator Business Plan is the only business building community in the world for travel creators who want to move into business mode and not chase the next shot mode. Every month, you get one brand new business system delivered straight to the community. You also get monthly co-working sessions and Q&A sessions, as well as a private community of other travel creators who are building real businesses. Courtney, one of our members, says, "You achieved more with me in 4 to 6 weeks than I did in 6 months with other programs. You gave me permission to chase not only what lights me up, but a business roadmap that matches my goals, not some cookie cutter process." And Courtney, I love having you in there. So if you are a travel creator who is done learning how to be a creator and ready to learn how to be a business owner, the Travel Creator Business Plan is for you. I'd love to see you inside, and I will leave a link to join us below in the show notes.
This podcast was produced by Your Girl Media.